Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Hannah Grace.
The views expressed in this video are for entertainment purposes only. All commentary is alleged.
Is Melody the only person on Love and Marriage Huntsville who would tell the truth about Martell Holt's arrest? And Carlos King, why are you acting so cavalier about these domestic V charges? Let's talk about it. Thank you for joining me. Please support the channel, like, share, and subscribe.
Okay.
Not the same as harassment and communication. That's a phone charge.
I didn't want to barbecue.
Not the same as harassment and communication. That's a phone charge.
It was for communication.
What if he really meant to do her harm?
Wasn't it like a text or something?
I'm getting arrested for a text message I sent Melody over a year ago. I'm getting arrested for a text message I sent Melody over a year ago, you know?
He literally took a video that he and I did and was going to have it released.
That's what I thought. Playa. That's what I thought. Playa.
But this is what Arionne said to me. And she said, Martell said, no, she was like, Martell wants me to make a fake page and post as a guy and post a video of Melody. Wants me to act like I'm a different guy. I said, what? I'm like, what? But I'm assuming, now I did not see this video, okay? But what I am assuming is that Martell must not be in the video. If he felt comfortable enough to even ask her to do this, he must not be in the video. So if you're not the asking me. First, she's just telling me what Martell said. And I do want to be honest. She did say, I do not want to do it. Like, I don't want to do this. But Martell is mad at me. I'm like, he's mad at you? I'm like, that's crazy. She like, I know. And I'm telling him, like, let me think about it. And he's mad because he feels like I should just listen to him and do what he's telling me to do. And now, I'm not saying nothing because I'm just letting her vent at this point. But then she says this. And this is when I kind of start looking at her crazy. And I knew right there we couldn't be friends no more. She said, what do you think I should do? What do I think you should do? And I'm going to tell y'all what I told her verbatim. I said, listen, that woman is a Scorpio, just like me. I said, if there is a video of her giving, she knows about it. And I said, and I'm going to let you know right now, Martell, he going through it. So he's probably in his mind thinking she's out here doing what she was doing to him with everybody else. And that's what he's banking on. I said, but one thing about Scorpios, if we allowed you to record us, we know when it happened, where it happened. I said, and the first thing that Melody is going to say is, duh, that's me and my husband. That's not another man. And then I said, and then I want you to also know this. Then she's going to go legal because she's going to be so pissed that a fake page pretending to be another man uploaded a video of her and Martell. So I said, what will that leave? I said, if she goes legal, that's called revenge porn. And I said, you know what will happen after that? I said, Martell will have only 1 to 2 options. He can, 1, come on there and lie and be like, that's not me, Mel lying. Stays adamant that that is her and him. Then the only other thing would be, how did a video of me and you, Martell, get in somebody's possession? Who could have gotten that video out of your phone? And I said, you know what will happen? He will have to throw you under the bus. It will then be, my mistress stole a video of me and my wife from out of my phone and uploaded it to a fake page trying to expose both of us. And then it would have been Mel and Martell versus you. Leave that up to Martell if that's what he wants to do. And she was like, I know it's mad, but he's just mad at me. Moment, I start looking at her crazy because I'm from Detroit and I know skeechy females, all right? But not that I necessarily felt Arionne was skeechy. I felt that at that point, you're too controllable. I don't know the extent of what you or him are capable of if you even had to ask me, what do I think? So basically what I took it as is, if I would have been like, yeah, Ariane, I think you should listen to your man, she would have posted it.
Is that what it was for?
I think they said it was for a text message. I have no idea what that text message looked like.
Martell going to jail, I don't agree with it.
Why you don't agree with it?
Because I don't agree with sending someone to jail, especially
If it can be resolved.
if it can be resolved. I think as us, as a African American community, black men
Yeah.
going to jail,
Yeah. It makes sense.
I just don't agree with that. Y'all have kids. I feel like if something can be resolved, you should not send your ex to jail.
Miss Nail's reply to Stormy is quite disturbing. Miss Nail, let me just explain something to you. Just because Martell is a black man does not mean that he should not have to pay for the crime that he committed against, I don't care who it was. Yes, in this case, it was his ex-wife that he committed this crime against. But she had every right to have his butt thrown in jail, under the jail, or whatever the authorities find necessary to punish this man. He, just because he's black, has nothing to do with these charges. You know, Miss Nail, that Martell Hope sent Melody a threatening text message of it concerning a video that they did in the privacy of their marriage that he felt necessary to share with his baby mama and to try to plot against Melody. Didn't you hear Carson Blue tell us the entire story of how ARIONNE Curry decided that she was going to go ahead on and conspire with Martell Holt to release this video? Thank God it wasn't released. But this man conspired to do this, and you know this. I don't understand, and I kind of agree with you and your husband when y'all said we're not going to take sides. That's fine. You don't have to take a side. But when are you going to take a stance for what's wrong and what's right? And so, I find it quite concerning because you're saying that Melody should not have called the authorities, taken out a warrant against Martell only simply because he is black. Then you sat there and added, well, y'all have kids together. Now, which one is it? Is it because he's black and you don't like to see black men go to prison? Or is it because they have children together? But let me just remind you of what Carson Blue said. Carson Blue said this was Martell's plan. He asked his baby mama to create a fake Instagram page to act like she was a guy, to upload a video of his ex-wife in a compromising position and release that video. Now, do you think he should go to jail for that? Obviously not. But I think he should have gone to jail, and he should be in jail right now for that. And so I know you, Miss Nail, is not the only one on this show who's taking this attitude that Martell simply sent a text message to Melody. Now, we all know that it was a text message by now, but we also know that he had a video attached to it or a picture attached to it of his ex-wife in a compromising position, and he threatened her with it. It was not just, y'all saying it was just a text message, but what was in that text message is the problem. That is the problem. And so his mama talking about her boy, who would send my boy to jail for that? Who would send somebody to jail for a text message? Well, you know what? A woman who tired of a man violating her, a woman who will not stand for a man like your boy, Miss Molly, continuing to threaten her with a video and continuing to make her life a miserable, living nightmare. This is what your boy has been doing to this woman. So you go ask your boy why he sent her that text. Why do you want your boy to get away with a crime is what you need to be asking yourself. And you sound real crazy talking about you know how Melody is now. Well, who you need to know try to figure out is who you are. Because you're acting real simple right now. You're acting like a person who has no common sense. If someone violate you, Miss Molly, you would want them to pay for it. I guarantee you, if somebody came and kicked in your door right now, come into your house and steal your stuff, burglarize your home, you will want them in jail. And you don't care who they are, unless it's your boys. I guarantee you want them to pay for coming in your house, taking your stuff. That is a crime. Just like Martell committed, whether you know it or not, it's a crime what Martell did. It is a crime. Just because it wasn't against you and it didn't hurt you doesn't mean that it did not hurt Melody. It hurt her in so many ways because this man continued to threaten her with that same video. So yes, your boy need to go to jail. You tell us when the court date is, because he needs to go to jail. Point blank, period, and the end. And Carlos King, this narrative that you all are putting out, trying to trivialize this serious matter, making it look like Martell only sent a text message. Everyone except for Melody told half of the story. They're talking about it was a text message. Yes, it was a text message, but that's not all. Don't stop there. Tell it all. Attached to that text message was a video or a picture that Martell threatened Melody with. He tried to intimidate her. He harassed her with that same picture. He released that picture to his baby mama and asked her, allegedly, to release that video under a fictitious Instagram account. That was Liver Lips' deviant plan. Oh, and by the way, that text message also includes threats, intimidation, aggression, and harassment. That is what was attached to that text message. Tell it all. Carlos King, why are you being so cavalier about this? What is this plot? Is this a plot, this storyline, to get Martell sympathy? Why are you only letting the viewers see everybody except Melody, because she wasn't finna lie for, spin this narrative that Martell did nothing wrong but sent a text message? That's a lie. And Courtney, you're gonna sit up there acting like some fool talking about, oh, that's not domestic violence. And it say domestic violence up there? Yes, it is domestic violence. Oh, that's a telephone. That's a text message. Or that's a phone call. No, it's not. You not telling, again, tell the whole story. And not only is production trying to make it look like Martell just trying to trivialize this whole thing about Martell Holt's actions when it came to committing this crime against Melody. Now you're going to drag in the millimeters and try to say that the millimeters are, what did Destiny say? She said they're bitter or toxic, whatever she said. Destiny, we already know that you're a pathological liar, and we know how you move. So what you say don't matter, because none of it is true. And Letitia gonna sit here and talk about they're just a lot of middle-aged women that's whatever she said. I can't even remember what the lady said because it doesn't matter either. But just so you know, Letitia, middle age stages start at 35. And I think you're in your 40s now. So don't sit up here and talk about think you young, because you and Ariane Curry got this thing all mixed up. Now she's not middle-aged yet, but she's almost there. The millimeters are a diverse group of women of all ages, socioeconomic status, critical thinkers, and oh, I did forget, there are men in the group as well. It's a large group of people. So y'all can get rid of this narrative that the millimeters are women that's not married, that's bitter, that's this, whatever the negativity that you all are saying, it's bogus. And guess what? No, we don't want you associated with, well, I can't speak for all of the millimeters, but what I can say is this. You said you don't want to be associated with it, and that's good. Nobody's going to cry about that. In fact, we probably want to have a party. So again, in my opinion, it sounds like a whole scheme. The whole cast, except Melody, is talking about Martell. It was just a text message trying to trivialize this whole revenge plot. And then they're going to drag the millimeters in and try to make the millimeters look like some group of women that's bitter, deranged, again, and all of this negative stuff. In my opinion, it was a not so well thought out plan. Maurice gonna sue some of the millimeters to try to scare the millimeters, and then y'all gonna say, well, Melody need to control the millimeters. Oh, they're out here being all these bitter women. They're out here. They are toxic people, and they're filing lawsuits. They're doing this. They're doing that. And I guarantee you, Carlos, I don't think that theme started with you, but you spoke loud about that. You said something about the millimeters, that if the raindrops we're out here trying to, what you claim was running people's business and calling people businesses, trying to get them fired. Oh, if the raindrops did that, I guarantee you I would tell them to stop. You can't tell people what to do. Stop with that narrative, because it's not true. These content creators are doing their job, but y'all plotted. And guess who has the biggest problem right now? Maurice Scott. Because he thought that he was lawyer of the century, and he went and filed all of these erroneous charges, didn't know anything about, in my opinion, about filing a lawsuit like this, had no experience, didn't read the laws correctly, didn't interpret the laws correctly. And not only that, he was representing himself. And when he said, I think you said in that video on your YouTube, Maurice, that a fool and his money will soon be parted. My goodness, how prophetic is that? Oh, how prophetic is that? A fool and his money will soon be parted, and an attorney who represents himself has a fool for a client. Oh my goodness, didn't you make that prophetic? If what we are hearing about this lawsuit is correct, there's 21 charges, there's $5 million. They're asking $5 million per charge. Oh, that sounds like it's about over $100 million. Okay, a fool and his money that he don't have, probably, allegedly, will soon be parted. And maybe you might want to go get you an attorney. So go check out True T. She broke the story about this multi-million-dollar lawsuit filed against Maurice Scott and OWN. And then Trending has all the documents there. She read the entire complaint against Maurice and OWN, and it's quite interesting. They did an excellent job breaking this story, and kudos to them.
Some bigger restraints need to be done in holding people accountable. Some bigger restraints need to be done in holding people accountable.
Well, it's hard to get bigger than $105 million. Don't you think, Kimmy?
Some bigger restraints need to be done in holding people accountable. Some bigger restraints need to be done in holding people accountable.
Black Titanic and her attorney is simply telling Maurice and OWN what Sade told Neo. Let's listen.
Sock it to his pocket. Do that. Be useful. Sock it to his pocket. Do that. Be useful.
So that's all I have for this video. Please drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about Miss Marlene talking about her boy shouldn't have went to jail for his crimes, and for all of the cast basically saying that it was just a text message that Martell sent, and Miss Nell talking about he shouldn't go to jail because he's a black man and because they got kids. And what do y'all think about this multi-million-dollar lawsuit? Drop down in the comments and let me know. Stay to the end. I do have a garden tip. Thank you again for joining me. I'm Hannah Grace. Have a beautiful day, and remember, I am Aris. Please support the channel, like, share, and subscribe. Sometimes you can just buy produce at the store and plant them in your garden. Look at these green onions. I purchased these last year from the produce department, planted them, And they did survive the winter. So all I do is just cut them as they grow and put them in your salad or whatever food you want to put them in and enjoy. Thank you so much for joining me for another Garden Tips by Hannah Grace. Have a beautiful day.